How many times has this cast happened to you? You wind up to cast, the bail slams shut and your lure lands in the water, or even worse, it breaks off and goes flying where you're never going to see it again. I have the solution to prevent that from happening to you. I'm Captain Chris Myers, Central Florida Sight Fishing Charters. I've been a fishing guide here in Florida over 20 years, and I see this exact thing happen on my boat week after week after week. And here is how this is happening. Many people are blaming it on their reel. And when I was much younger and it happened to me, I thought maybe the reel was defective and this bail wasn't staying open. But this is how it happens. It all starts with people who hold their reel either down here in between these two fingers or down between their third and fourth finger, and they cannot reach up here and get the line. So here you see my finger from down there. Maybe if you have giant hands you can do so, but it still cause you a problem. You'll see in a second. What that makes people do is either take this hand off to grab the line, or they take this hand, grab the line, and stick it under that finger. If we come around to the other side, you can see here how this is caught on the spool, and when I flip this up, it is still caught on the spool. Now, most people aren't taking the time to look down here and inspect this, and sometimes it comes off, but usually at the worst possible moment, as you go to cast, this comes off, it pulls on the bail, slams the bail shut, and there's where your cast lands. So that is from you getting that caught on there, pulls that bail shut when it shouldn't. I have also seen times where it's not caught, and just because the manufacturer didn't design this to be opened over here, they designed it to be open when the bail was over there, and sometimes it just slams shut on its own. I have never ever one time had this bail slam shut when I opened it, when it was here underneath the rod and not on the opposite side of the reel. So we need to start with keeping this roller bearing, where the line is touching, in right below the rod, not on the opposite side of the reel. Once I get it there, and I get it there by rotating, grabbing it in between my fingers, and I rotate this around, now I never have to come down here and look at it. I can feel it. I know what it feels like. I can put it right there where it needs to be. Then even more importantly, I am holding this in between my last two fingers. That gets this finger above the spool where I can grab the line. Here I can just barely get it. There I cannot get it at all. If you hold it here, you will not be tempted or have to take this hand off. Now, we could put it exactly where it needs to go. I could take this hand, put it under there, take this hand, grab it. If you want to do that, that may work. However, if you're holding it down here and you grab this where it's supposed to be, you put it down there, it still gets down below the spool. So now you have to move your finger a really long way for that line to start flowing off the spool in the direction that it goes. It doesn't flow off going down. If we're already holding it up here above the spool, now I only need to move my finger this much and line comes off. This much, line comes off, and even better, I can stop it. And if you're not in the habit of stopping your line right before the cast ends, I can stop this over and over and over by just touching there. I have a brake, so when I'm casting up against these trees, if I see it's going to hit the tree, I use a brake. I got a whole video on that. I'll put it in the description. When I have my hand down here, now I no longer have a brake unless I'm using this hand. Try changing your grip. Put it in between your last two fingers. Always, always rotate this around. Breaks the habit of looking. Never, ever take this hand, grab the line from over here, and just stick it under your finger. Never, never take this hand, grab the line, stick it under the finger. Never take this hand, grab the line, then put your hand back on here. If you eliminate those two things, you eliminate any chance of you getting that line caught on the spool like that, like it is again, where I just lifted it up and pulled it down. And always rotate this around to your finger. Just barely hold on to it. You don't need to pinch it. Now you can get perfect cast every single time. The reel isn't broken. You're getting your line caught on it. Change those habits it will make your fishing life much more enjoyable. If you're going to be in Central Florida, come and see me for a inshore saltwater fishing charter for a variety of species. If you're not going to be here, you can still learn a lot more how to improve your fishing game by watching this video right here.